Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero Chapter 16. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to be weird to say at this point, but of all the Eden Zero chapters thus far, this one, Chapter 16, felt the most like a fairy, like fairy tale. Both, I guess, both in the good and the bad. Just from the way things were being set up, like the whole thing with the dragons and the hologram of the dragon waterfalls, all gave me those vibes. While at the same time, I will admit, it also gave us it was giving us some interesting world building where this gave us some interesting world building while also kind of showing us, okay, where exactly pretty much the story is going to go next, and going to go next from here. And honestly, just what kind of role dragons play in this world, because from the way Mashima was building the dragons up in this chapter, it seems like dragons might actually be a lot more of a threatening presence in this world than they pretty much ever were in Fairy Tail, especially if the four Starshines are needed to pass Dragonfall. Like that was the biggest thing I think that was reinforced in this chapter for me, is that dragons, yeah, they're pretty much yeah. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they're pretty much even the docile creatures, as docile as they pretty much were in Fairy Tail. Like they're probably unlike in Fairy Tail where there's good and bad dragons. It seems like okay. It seems like all dragons in this world are purely animalistic. Like I don't think there's I. It's weird. I'm trying to find the right words for this, but yeah, I guess animalistic is the right word for it. Like they're not really they're not bad per se, but it does seem like dragons in this world do seem to kind of have a bit more of that animalistic quality of just of fulfilling, of being just of being just kind of of being dangerous in that sense, I guess any wild animal, I guess you could say. So yeah, I think Mashima might be treating dragons a little more like wild animals in this case, but I guess I can't say for sure either. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see and see how he plays this out with the dragons. But so far, it does seem like he's playing them out as a lot more animalistic and a bit more basically from feral creatures almost. But like I said, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And okay, let's just get the obvious stuff out of the way. That spa scene was just loaded with fan service. Although the funny thing is, it was kind of the weird thing about that whole spa scene is that it's one of those rare times where Mashima. I'll give Mashima his credit due actually for that one scene. In a weird way, it was one of those scenes where Mashima ended up was sort of pretty much ended up giving the fan service a purpose. Because while it is obviously kind of hard to focus on what the characters are saying, where Becca's getting a massage was nothing but a towel covering her up, it still gave us a bit of progression in the story, like hearing that the older Weiss apparently has powers equal to that of the Demon King. So it sets a bit of an interesting benchmark in order to see exactly how this pretty much younger Weiss will how much stronger this younger Weiss will inevitably become. Although that weirdly disturbing scene of E4 making rapey finger motions at Rebecca, it brought it right back to this. It brought it right back to distracting again. But yeah, again, it's kind of one of those weird times where basically for as much as Mashima definitely loves his fan service, I'll give him a little bit of credit that he actually found an interesting way in order to incorporate the fan service into the story. Almost is basically what I'm saying. Now, having said that, there are two bits in this chapter that I wasn't all that big of a fan of when it came to the story structure and just the pacing of it. The first is hearing that the more Rebecca bathes in those ether pools or that ether bath, the more likely she is to gain an ether year. And even though E4 claimed it was only a possibility, the whole thing of Rebecca just needing to bathe in that water in order to possibly gain an ether gear it just sounds like way too much of a convenience to me, and I'm hoping that if Mashima does in fact go down this route, that there'll be more to it than that. More to it than that. Like I said, I think it's probably pretty much the way it's being set up. I think it's inevitable that pretty much that Rebecca is going to get an ether gear. I don't think that there's going to be any way around that. But it's basically after Rebecca ends up gaining the ether gear is where I kind of become a little bit concerned, because I definitely like her fighting style before. Basically, I liked her fighting style already with her using Happy as those twin pistols. So I'm hoping it kind of becomes a thing where she almost ends up using both of them in tandem. Because I guess if you look at it, I guess if you kind of think about it, when we basically saw her basically using an ether gear's power, she only used one arm. So I don't know. I guess there are some interesting possibilities in order to use Happy along with her ether gear power. I don't know. Like I want Mashima to kind of utilize pretty much both Happy and Rebecca together if this is what he's gonna do basically. But like I said, it's kind of up in the air really as to how he plans to do that right now. And I don't know. The other thing. And, okay, the other thing I wasn't a huge fan of was how quickly Mashima pretty much resolved Pino's whole struggle of looking for a purpose. Like, it was just, it was just from what we see, pretty much from what we see from last chapter, like Pino's whole struggle of trying to find a purpose, it was pretty much resolved by Pino, by the conversation between Pino and Shiki. Now, having said that, I think there's a little bit more openness in terms of how Mashima can possibly go forward with that one, because I think there is more. I think there is more that even though Mashima pretty much seemingly ended it there, I think there is more that Mashima can definitely kind of expand upon in the future. But whether or not it's going to be in this arc or not, I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping that wasn't completely the end of Pino's like journey or whatnot. Hopefully, like, please don't let down Mashima. That's all I'm saying with that one. Like, you kind of had a good setup here going, so whatever form you bring it in, please just, I want you to bring it back in some form. And yeah, because there are interesting possibilities you can explore with that Mashima. So we get introduced to a cloaked guy at the end of the chapter, and with him saying sister, that more than likely means he's connected to one of the Four Starshines. But I wonder in what capacity, because if he's targeting, I think Vilia, then that means one of them has actually gone rogue. Either that means one of two situations have occurred. Either one of the Four Starshines have gone rogue, or just from the way the last page set things up, almost has me wondering if something happened to basically the first Starshine, and she ended up to the point where she ended up passing on her memories to and functions to this guy. So he's like a Starshine successor or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I will admit that the whole thing of this guy being a Starshine successor is a little far fetched. But I don't think anything is too ridiculous to consider when talking about how Mashima thinks. But that's probably one of those things where I'm almost overthinking it probably, and I'm just kind of curious how. I think for now I'm gonna kind of play it safe and assume that this guy just kind of shares a connection to pretty much the second Starshine that Shiki and the group are looking for, I guess. But yeah, either way, it should be interesting to see how Mashima plans to connect this guy to basically to whatever freaking Starshine ends up appearing in this arc or whatnot. Now, and one thing I'll say is that whatever happens to her by the end of the story arc, I'm praying and crossing my fingers and hoping, praying, crossing my fingers, and just hoping in every pit of my gut that basically the girl keeps pulling Rebecca. I think it's yeah, her. Yeah, I'm hoping love doesn't pretty much join Shiki and the others, because here's the thing about that character to me. As of right now, to me, pretty much Lav is one of those she's basically one of those characters that's good in small doses, but not someone I'd like to deal with on a regular basis as part of the main cast. Like, it's probably wishful thinking on my part, but I will take Rebecca over this girl who looks like an older and more bitchy, and I guess it's more bitchy version of Wendy. Over, yeah, I'll take Rebecca over this girl, over this girl who's named I'll take Rebecca over love Ilya any day of the week. Or at the very least, until we get some more background and just a reason to care about her. Because right now, as far as Lavilia is concerned, I just can't get behind her as a character. She's just a bitchy character. I can't get behind her at all. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AniList, or Crunchyroll. That Night of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.